Hi, I'm Yashvi. Don't confuse me with Xavier, who's on the list. He's going to go next. I'm an architect, and I'm pursuing my furniture design course at NID post graduation. And today I'm going to be talking about something which I'm really passionate about, and it's called as Indian design identity, which we are all trying to search. So I put together my thoughts on the same, and I will go ahead with this. When I first started talking about Indian design, I said, let's see what Mr. Google thinks about Indian design. I wanted to sort of compare ourselves on a scale with Scandinavian design and Dutch design and all these, which are so hyped up all around the place. So I Googled Scandinavian design and I see lots of furniture, lots of images of industrial design stuff primarily. I googled Dutch design, actually Binged, and I found all these graphical images again and a lot of product design work. On the other hand, when I googled Indian design, I found henna, I found weddings, symbols, graphics, something which was very traditional, very culturally rooted. So this made me kind of think that okay, where do we stand? How do we look at ourselves when we project ourselves to the world? How is it that we are being perceived by people? So while I was at it, I came across this video.
Sprzedajemy coraz więcej pralek w Indiach. Dowiedz się dlaczego.
Indiach? If you're going to do business internationally, you should be with a bank that knows about international business. HSBC Commercial Banking spans 64 countries and territories around the globe.
With your machines, I make 10 times more lassi than I used to.
Your business success is out there. Is your bank?
So we basically see how. Okay, where did my presentation go? I was quite intrigued and I wanted to say that okay, so in India, if you go to different states, you don't quench your thirst. In Punjab, you wash away your thirst. This is an image which I found about in one of these malls where they use a washing machine to sort of make lassi. Now, what out of these concepts, I've seen out of these examples, I've seen something which is very characteristically Indian, and I've tried to put together all these examples and concepts which are personal observations and which help me sort of connect with Indian design on a day-to-day basis on the street when I walk everywhere. So I'm going to be talking about these concepts and one of these concepts is something which we do unconsciously daily, day in and day out, and many of us have actually spoken about it, but we've not really given it a word or anything. And it's called as jugaad in the local language, and it primarily is the Indian way of saying Nikes just do it, or the Indian way of innovating and how we deal with things on daily basis. Like for here, in example. The screen is hanging from these bricks because we didn't have. I mean, there was not enough counterweight, so whatever we sort of put things together and made this place happen. So. This concept is, if you put it formally, it's called as affordance of an object. This guy called Norman, just to put it simply, what he says is that if I have this glass of water, this glass of water can be used to drink, not just drink, but it can be used to put on your head and dance when you're drunk, or many other things. So, so the thing is that in India, we have this ability to see affordance as an object, to be able to perceive things in different ways, which perhaps many other countries lack, or they might be having, but we do it on a day-to-day basis, so we don't acknowledge it as much. Now, take for instance this visual where Dhoni is trying to sell us a sandal soap. Now, we know that cricket is a religion in India, and Yes, we have taken a small sports person and we've like blown him up so big that he can afford to sell us from anything from soaps to mobile phones to cars. But if you think about an Australian cricketer trying to do that in Australia, trying to endorse soap, I don't think it works that way. But in India, it works because we see things differently. We see affordances in humans also. We see them as people who can sort of do more than just being sports stars, etc. Now, we also use these affordances to the brim. As you know, Hamara Bajaj is so popular, or was so popular, because of the way we could fit things in, and it still worked quite well. And the local trains, the fourth seat concept, everybody, thoda adjust kar lo types. So, it's like self-explanatory. So the idea is that we have these things which we do all the time, but we haven't really put them formally in a study or something which says that, okay, yeah, this is what we do. In this image, this guy is basically trying to sell dentures. Now, what you see is larger than life images of paper mache models and of teeth, trying to say that, listen, come here, I want to sell you some teeth, So, but this is a pre-independent picture, post-pre-independence time picture. So even then we were doing it. And excuse me, he is the guy who is the local visual merchandiser. And he also exists now. It's just that we kind of overlook him since we see him daily. I also talk about the local graphic designer who's made life so interesting for us on the streets. The guy who's not tech savvy, but he knows that he wants to catch eyeballs, and so he sort of puts things together and makes it work for us as visual treat, and makes it work for them because he catches attention in the end. If you look at this, I would love to go here and see the manicure and the pedicure. What the graphic designers try to do is catch attention by using different fonts, multiple colors, and multiple, you can say, English, I don't know, English literature, the way they look at it. The thing about these is not to look at how shabbily it's done or how whatever, but the idea behind is to catch people's attention, okay? And it works. It works. In a crowded place, if you walk down the street and if you see somebody who's trying to sell you manicure, I think you will look at it and you would want to see what is going on in there. Our designs are also inspired by a peculiar behavior. This is something which we might not do, but we see it happening around us. Men hold hands, and foreigners find it quite funny. And the weird part is that if I am holding hands with my boyfriend on the street, that is considered to be a taboo. I wonder why, because men holding hands is not such a big deal. Now the thing is that this has inspired this young designer to sort of come up with this graphic where she was inspired by the bandstand incidents where people were sort of shunned away just for being together at the sea. So designers are getting inspired by things day in and day out with what we do generally on our behavior or the way we look at things. Coming back to Jugaad, Nano, if you see, is very inspired by Jugaad. Mr. Ratan Tata, he decided that, okay, if some people can fit on a Hamara Bajaj, so why can't we go and fit people in a very affordable manner, in a nice proper car? Why can't we give them status? It might be whatever. He gave this entire thought about it, and he told his engineers that come up with an idea. Why can't we give them a 1 lakh car which fits in everybody, gives them that status, etc., etc. And he actually did it. On the other hand, if you see the tool sharpener guy, the small guy, the guy who's giving services, he is talking about, he's trying to sell his stuff, make his living, and he's our local service provider. On the other hand, there's Jaipur Foot, which is a story of cross-collaboration between a craftsman and an orthopedic surgeon who came together to sort of make this small, cheap prosthetic leg, which is still popular, which is still being used, not about being popular. It's all these third world countries are using it. And all these things sort of come together to two main things. One is that I believe that we are more innovative in our daily lives, and that than our Western counterparts, or the notion of our Western counterparts that we have. And all these affects our design decisions a lot, okay? But the thing is that since we don't put it on a platter and say, okay, listen, we've designed this bottle which looks like this, the way Ross Club Grove has designed a bottle. So that's the reason that we don't get acknowledged as much. So for Saloni, I feel that we can sort of be there and put our ideas together, which we do daily and which we sort of see daily, and have a put them together and sort of present them, which will, it's a different point of view, it's a different lifestyle, it's a different way of thinking. So that's what I'm trying to do. I know that we are going to be out there, that we have not made it like the Dutch or the Japanese, but the world is going to take notices of us because of the way we are and the way we are going to be designing. So that's what I want to say today. Just connect. Thank you.